of modern industry. Believe it as far back as the Roman Empire some 2,000 years ago, historians wrote about slaves getting what they called a sickness of the lungs after working in asbestos mines. And when the first commercial asbestos mines opened in Quebec in 1879, asbestos-related health issues started showing up in medical journals and case reports. One of the first well-studied deaths was in 1924 in the UK. Nellie Kershaw, who'd been spinning asbestos into yarn since she was 13, died at the age of 33 from asbestosis. When Parliament heard about the case, they asked a doctor known as E.R.A. Meriwether to investigate the health of asbestos workers. For 2 years, he studied 374 workers at an asbestos textile factory. He found that inhaling asbestos fibers caused scarring in the lungs, and 17 out of 20 workers who had been there for more than 20 years ended up with asbestosis. Meriwether presented his paper to Parliament in 1930, and the UK started requiring ventilation in asbestos factories a year later. But it wasn't until 2003 that asbestos was banned throughout the European Union. The asbestos industry in the United States is a whole other story. Asbestos was used a whole lot during World War II since it was cheap, strong, and resistant to fire and chemicals. Naval warships used asbestos insulation, and buildings were constructed with asbestos floor tiles and shingles, cements, and insulation for pipes. Production of asbestos in the US finally started to slow down in 1979 when 9 asbestos manufacturers filed a lawsuit against the federal government. In 1975, they'd paid $69,000 to an asbestos worker who'd developed asbestosis, and they wanted to be reimbursed. But the government wasn't having any of that. Instead, they proved that the companies knew about and had been hiding asbestos-related health information for decades. The case got a lot of media attention, and people started to try to fix the